Good morning, and welcome to the Deal Room Live, the daily real estate deal tank powered by Titan Impact Group, a global leader in AI-driven real estate investing and funding, where the real estate world meets speed, precision, and profit. And bring us your deal so we can put it into our AI model that analyzes and structures real estate deals in minutes, generates all the docs you need to get the deal done, and gives you a verified, unbiased breakdown of due diligence report. The investors get the advantage of getting fully vetted AI analyzed deals that cut their due diligence time down by 60%. So you're in the right place. Let's open the deal room now and get into today's opportunity.
Deanna.
Good morning.
Hi, honey. How are you?
I'm doing okay, thank you.
Are
We thought
you?
we'd jump on and listen in. So
Okay.
thanks for
Well,
having us.
I'm sorry for your loss. I'm happy you're
Thank
here.
you. Thank you so much. Darcy's here with me as well. Thanks for your support over the weekend. And I will just say that for anyone else who's listening, we were in the hospital with Darcy's mom. She transitioned. And this is why we're entrepreneurs, to have that flexibility, to be there, to be able to be exactly where we want to be.
Right.
So,
I'm glad
yeah.
you were able to be there while she passed.
Thank you. And know that Amor was praying for me all weekend. She was dropping me notes and I felt that. And you were sending me notes. So thank you. Thank you.
Even when you're prepared for it, it's still hard. And it's
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. Well, she is line dancing, wherever she is now. So I saw the video of you this morning and I thought of that. We actually had a few little dance parties in the hospital with her.
Oh,
Awesome.
how
Yeah.
sweet is that? Wow.
She is tearing it up there.
How old was
Non-stop
she?
energy, right?
She just
How old
turned
was
80. We had a beautiful 80th birthday party for
Okay.
her. And it was so cute. We donated all the decorations afterwards. She's in a retirement home, but she would not give up her tiara and sash.
Why
That's
would
awesome.
you?
Why?
Priorities.
That's right.
Love it. Wow. Well, happy you're here. And it's, again, one more precious reminder of tomorrow's not guaranteed. And we have today, and let's appreciate today and tell those that we love how much we love them. And
So very true. And let's live every day. Like she was at Golden Girls at the dinner theater the day before. So every single day, we always say it, but it truly does matter.
it absolutely does. Wow. So today is Monday, June 1st. And here we are. Deals. We've got, so Deanna working on, you're at the top of my list of things we got to do, and super excited. And that was a whole insane. So, okay. So I just got to quickly share with all of you. I've got some interesting female things going on as an adult woman. Nobody prepared for this. Anyway, ended up working with a naturopath, and she's doing some really great stuff with me with peptides and all the things. Anyway, so I went over there on Friday because I was needing some more things, and we sat down and ended up having a conversation. And long story short, her husband was there, the kids, and then a couple people showed up, and so long story short, Deanna, that's how I ended up meeting, what was his name? Eddie. I was like, all of these Canadians showed up, had this amazing conversation. We met a bunch more Canadians, and then the whole Cortez conversation and all the things that we're doing, and just talking about what a small world it is, right? And again, it's like you never know who you're gonna run into and all the things. So it was a super cool conversation. So really excited to be working with you, with them, like the whole team. So again, a serendipitous moment. So just say yes and show up, which is really cool. And then Saturday we had our very first fundraiser for Chosen Forever, and everybody had a ton of fun and lots of things learned. And moving forward, just lots of things learned, we'll say that. Cicely came, and her son, oh my God, that was a whole other thing. Talk about multiple streams of income. And I'm sharing with it as parents and stuff. Cicely has really encouraged her kids to lean into AI and social media and this stuff. And how old is he? 13? Adrian?
Adrian's 13.
The videos this kid created was amazing. I'll pull them up on my phone and show you. But again, because their brains think differently, and it was mind blowing what they created. And again, it's leaning into like where we're going socially, economically, and all of that, and teaching her kids skills that are absolutely going to matter. They didn't matter to us when we were kids because we didn't have all this stuff, but leaning into it now. and helping him create a little business and create these multiple streams of income was super cool. So
That's
that was
awesome.
really neat. Had amazing conversations yesterday around with him and her and just all the things. So then she went home and hopefully that trip was good.
It was smooth. And I think I'm grateful because I feel like I've realized with like all the events and Tony Robbins and all the things that the digital currency is definitely here. And so I'm not trying, I don't like the word trying. I'm working on getting my son involved at an early age. So when he's 18, 19, he can have his own platform and his own way of creating income. And he's definitely inspired by it. So it was super exciting. And I shared with him, I'm like, this is a great opportunity when you're in this environment in proximity. This is great for you to tap into this as a young kid because you're in the circle. So we left feeling very fulfilled. Thank you, Catherine.
Oh my gosh, thank you guys. It was like having you there was amazing. So deeply grateful. Hold on. I'm going to show you guys this video that this 13-year-old
Hold on.
created.
He's right here. Let me get him. I just want him to see. Hold on.
Okay.
1 second.
I am like so blown away by what he did at 13. I'm sorry, but I am so not. Like, this is amazing.
Like think back to 13. I was like,
I'll share this and then we'll jump into all the things. So give me 90 seconds more of your time. Is the sound on? Can you see? Do you see like a car? Oh,
I can see it.
okay, here we go.
Watermelons, flatbeds, clothesline sunsets, sky blue, barn red.
Come back. Wait, no.
Good dogs, wood floors, work boots, open doors. Hey, freedom folks I can see. We gotta be country. I wanna be somewhere where you can be.
How cool
That's
is
awesome.
that, right? Can we all
Well
give
done. Can we all have your autograph now before you're super famous and we don't want to stand in line for it anymore?
Autograph.
I love it.
Thank you. Okay, go do homework.
Super proud of you. Okay, so that was the fun for the weekend. Who has, raise your hand if you have deals to run this morning, because we're all here doing collapsing timelines and adding multiple streams of passive income. So anybody got any deals? No deals? Okay, we're going to be running a class with Katya and Blake, and they're going to be showing all of you how to use Deal Hunter to find deals, because this is where it comes from. We need to be finding deals, analyzing deals, making offers on deals. This is what it is to be an investor. It's the pipeline that we go through. And it's like top of funnel, mid funnel, bottom of funnel. We've got to like be filling that top of funnel in order for the bottom of funnel, meaning like where deals actually get done and commas get added to bank accounts. So I'm super excited to have you guys really be, I look forward to the day where everybody's like, I got a deal, and like running through them. I know Tommy put something.
So that's tomorrow, right, Catherine? Sorry, that's tomorrow right after the podcast. That's what I have in my calendar.
Yes.
Okay, great.
10.
So we said we'd do it right after the podcast on the same line because everybody's here.
Correct.
I am tomorrow.
That's perfect to flow into the next thing because we're already here.
Okay, so make sure that that's on
announcement.
your calendars so that this is the next part. Love it.
I added a deal, and then don't we have Deanna's deal to look at?
Are you talking about the Cortez project?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not sure what they're, I've got to get the paperwork done on it, but did you want people to see it? I'm unclear what you're asking.
You said that you asked if we had deals to run. I just said that
Yes,
Deanna's got a
right.
deal and I got a deal. So are we doing those deals, or did you have other plans?
No, we can do your deals.
So Deanna has a deal, right?
I don't know that she's prepared to share it right now. Deanna, are you in a place you want to share your deal right now?
I'm not at my laptop. I just logged in to listen today. I can do it in the next couple of days once we have some info, if you don't mind. That'd be amazing.
Then
So
there-
you get to share your deals, Tommy. Are you going to share them from your computer?
Oh, I sent it in already as a text message.
You're wanting me to run them? I'm sorry, I don't know what the plan is.
Not able to do it from my phone, so that's why I put it in the chat. If I was going to do it from my computer, I'd have done it from my computer, but I put it in the chat for somebody to run it. I thought Blake and Katya were going to do an example of that or something. You just said they were teaching something?
That's tomorrow.
Oh,
That's okay. Blake, do you want to run these to get some? I would love everybody to, because I'd like to see the difference between all your Deal Hunter GPTs and what the results are. So if everybody could do me a favor, and let's take the first one. So over in the chat, parcels and addresses.
Which one do you want us to do?
I assume he just wants you to start with the top one, or Tommy, is this
Oh,
all
boy.
three as one?
Oh boy. So normally what we do is we use the GPT on my account from that computer, correct?
Yep, give me a sec.
It looks, Catherine, like it's the note at the bottom says all parcels equal a half an acre. So it's like the four are together. Because if you look at the addresses, they're 15, 42, 46, 50, and 52. So I'm going to put it all in my chat GPT and say run this deal and see what it comes up with.
Beautiful. Yes.
My version of the deal hunter.
I sent you a message with the screenshot in there, Catherine. So when you get it on the right Deal Hunter account.
Recording in progress.
Mine is searching. Where did Cat? Oh, there she is.
And then mine ran through. If you want me to pop it up real quick, run
You
it.
go first, Blake. Mine ran through too.
I put another deal in the LandShark chat, I think.
All right. All right. What does yours come up with, Blake? You want to read through it?
I'm going to read through real quick. I just want to see if it'll actually show this property on a map. Well, it doesn't like it. We can run through it. Wrong one. Wrong one. There we go.
You have too many deals. You got too many deals going, Blake.
I got too many things running up. All right, we can
Glad
quickly
I'm
go
not the
through it.
only one that has a gamillion tabs open.
When you're going through so many, it's just how it happens. So is this just open land? What's this be a development deal it's looking like, Tommy?
It's an open piece of land. I shared the link with Catherine with the picture of it. I don't know. Let's see if I can send it to you.
I'm pulling it up.
No worries. Because what Deal Hunter's saying, it's looks to be 4 lots, as you mentioned, with their different lot numbers, with each one being half an acre. Cave Creek Road, about that. Recently sold on December 2023. And then with the structure that you put, it looks like the seller's trying to ask for 3 times the amount that they actually sold it for. So they bought it for 156,500, and now they're trying to sell it for almost 500,000 each land or each parcel.
What's crazy is how it's interpreting it, because it's all 4 lots for 495. All 4 lots are a total of almost 5 acres. It's like 0.47.
Okay.
So I think you got the text message with the picture, right?
Yes, I did. Let me throw that in there real quick. I'll throw it in after.
And what I'm thinking is we can create a laydown yard there.
Okay.
I've physically been to the property before.
No, just talking about what mine's popping up.
He's got good terms on it. 100,000 down, 395 financed. Drop the picture in it, and then tell it to readjust its thinking based on the picture. The nice thing about AI is it doesn't get an attitude when you tell it to change its thinking. No, you're wrong.
Because originally it was running as raw land, but now with the photo, it's saying it's actually a buildable premium infill pad because it has some actual, like the pad exists already. It's not just random land up there. It has frontage to a street. It's fenced and also has power right nearby.
It's got all that, but let's make sure it has right thinking too. It doesn't actually have, it's not pad ready, it's a slope. And so it's actually going to need to be, it's going to need some work to clean it up and make it ready for a laydown yard. Get another picture of it here. I also put some property pictures or another property in there from Florida. And I thought that some of it was something we looked at previously, but maybe not.
Okay. All right. Anything else you want me to add, or Laura, did you want to pull yours?
Add that picture I just sent over to you.
Okay. I'll add that one.
Add that one in there, and then tell it that by doing the seller financing option, we want to see what our DSCR is on that.
Right now, it's giving me a DSCR of 0 because it's saying there's no actual current income, so it doesn't have an NOI,
right?
Which would make sense because it's just land.
We can say that we can rent that lot out for somewhere around $4,000 to $5,000. Have it pull some comps. Don't tell it the $4,000 to $5,000 yet. Tell it to just pull some comps on a raw land rental price per square foot in that area. I know he's renting property across the street. It's an acre, and he's getting about $15,000 a month on that.
Okay.
But let's see what it says. They're getting somewhere around $3 a square foot across the street. $2 a square foot seems to be about the average based on my experience. Again, I want to double check, see what your Deal Hunter's saying. I had somebody who's been using, or said he's been using Deal Hunter since I started it, said that it was not calibrated properly or whatever. So it's a good opportunity to validate that and check it, because it could be working perfectly on mine and messed up on everybody else's. The area this is in, it's a commercial property. It's C2 zoning.
Okay.
And I don't need to, you see how I got to drop the cliff down a little bit right there?
In the backside.
Quite a bit. And then right there next to it, there's a road in between where those cars are parked in that red line. That's called an easement. There's actually a road right there. So I can build this thing out to be a laydown yard for parking, but I'd have to section it up so that the vehicles can get in and out. What's it saying for the comps?
So for the comps, it readjusted everything. So this one, it's assuming it actually looks like R6, but for residential, but you just confirmed that it is commercial. But it's run the numbers as industrial or commercial zoned iOS yards. So it ran some iOS yards nearby where their rents were between 6 and 6,500, and then a lot of their square foot per month was about 13 cents all the way down to like 5 cents with a high of 25.
Interesting. So what's the total on that come out to? What did it say?
So the DSCR ranges at 5 cents per square foot a month. You would only get 1,100, and then your DSCR would be 0.46. It would run
Right.
all the way between 0.46 to 25 cents per square foot, and that'll run it up to 2.3 for your DSCR.
Right.
And that'll be your monthly gross rent of about 5,500. So it's saying the rent is around 14 to 15 cents a square foot, and that would put the DSCR at about 1.27 to 1.36.
How's it looking at the net income version right there?
The more realistic, it's saying you would probably need to make more closer to 20 cents to get a better DSCR to get at least 1.56 after a 15% drag. It's saying for vacancy insurance, taxes, maintenance, and then other aspects to account for.
Right.
So to actually like break even for your rent, it's saying you need to at least rent for 16 cents a square foot just to have a decently strong DSCR, but it's saying you could even potentially go higher just depending on it. Because a lot of these lots that we're pulling were older. So if it's more of a modern lot, I'm sure you can get more for it.
Right. Well, and just so everybody understands, she's saying the numbers are 16 cents a square foot to 25 cents a square foot. When you do that per year, that's like between $2 and $3 a square foot. So I talking per year and he's talking in per month so that there's an understanding of why there's a difference, because 25 cents a square foot for per month works out to $3 a square foot per year. So if that makes sense. So the comps they're right there. So trying to get more like $3 a square foot would be even better. Go ahead and ask it real quick based on the square footage. How many work trucks would fit in there? 40-foot space for taking up 40-foot spaces. What would we be able to park in there as far as how many work trucks could we park in there?
How big are the trucks?
We need 40-foot spaces, 40 foot by 15 foot. Even though the truck's only about 9 foot wide, you got to give room for the guys to open their doors and have both doors open at the same time. Almost like planning to have a kindergarten. We've got a deal that's coming in right now where we're looking at buying 2 concrete trucks and possibly just setting up to put them in a yard to make concrete pads, because we've got a concrete pad company that's blowing up on Facebook without even trying, and we can get like 300 to 400% margins if we give it the right gas. All right, so what's this one saying now?
I was saying without just doing just the straight math with like no actual aisles radius or like a gate area, it's saying you can probably do 4 spaces, and then it use like the actual efficiency where realistically it's saying we'll probably have 22 to 25, which would be about 65 to 70% efficiency. So the trucks can actually move around and not just gridlocked in there.
Right.
So it just runs the numbers on the actual depth needed and then spaces that we could have per row. So it's saying realistically 18 to 20, it's conservative. The practical target, it would say, is 22. The aggressive approach would be 24 to 26.
Right.
So if we go in the conservative.
And it's saying that based on how much per month. Okay, I love it. Because I was over on my calculator literally figuring that out as you were talking. Because I don't give a shit about, like, I just need to know numbers of trucks. And so my brain was already over there trying to do the math. It just did. And as you can see, it works like my brain on your machine. So it's not broken.
No.
But if the seller's financing us $23.68 a month, then we've got to look up there and see that at $150 a month, our break even is to have 18 spaces rented out for at least $150 a month. And so with the ads that I'm currently running, we get in between $250 and $300 a month, unless there's a lot of trucks. And if we have a lot of trucks, meaning like they have 10 plus trucks, we give them the other spot right there. But what I'm looking at is creating 4 mini yards for people to park their shit at and charging about $3,000 per mini yard, because there's 4 of them. And so if I do $3,000 per mini yard, meaning they'll be able to put, if we can do 20 total trucks, that's 5 trucks per mini yard, right? So if you got a landscape company with 3 trucks and some trailers, boom, done. $3,000, you're in a enclosed area, fence, gated, bullshit, well, good to go. So the money made off of that, we can run the numbers on that real quick and look at it, but it looks like it's doing some numbers on that stuff already. So that's where we want to be. Roll down again. So it's showing right there with a $200 a month on per space, we'd have about a 1.5. So DSCR right there, right? So we're making like 1% right there. Conditional go, conditional no go. Next actions, right? Okay, looks great. Love the advertising right there. Love the advertising. Do me a favor, click the three buttons right there. Click the three buttons, more actions. I think it says, no, that's not it. Go over to the three buttons over there by share. Go hit the share. You see the share button over there to the top right? Oh, you disappeared. Where'd it go? Oh, wait, over by the share button, there's three
I
buttons.
see it.
No, don't hit the share button. Hit the buttons. Oh, dang it. It's not there either. All right, never mind. I was trying to get you to leave a review.
Oh, okay. I think I can right here.
Huh?
If I click on Deal Hunter and then it'll say
That's where
review.
it's at. There you go, Blake. Show them how to do it, buddy. Hit that
Yeah, I can
review
show.
GPT.
Say just click on the GPT
Click
name
right
and
there.
then
You hit the review GPT, and then you say this thing is a 5-star, and you hit the. You don't have to say nothing because I ain't gonna read it. And boom, get
easy
that
as that.
5-star rating up there. But anyway, so right here, let's do this. Dictate to it or type in there and let it know that what we're gonna do is we're gonna create 4 contractor yards separated by fence wall that there'll be, how many square foot is it? Is it half acre or something like 20? So we can say that they get a 5,000 square foot yard plus or minus for $3,000 a month. And if they sign a 3-year lease, we'll give them a 20% discount. Put the numbers together on that.
It's just going through the numbers, talking about how much you could actually have, breaks it down into different type, practical, and conservative layouts. So it does the middle of the road as practical, between 4,500 to 5,250 square foot each. So you have enough space for each one.
Right.
So, and it's saying for each one, if you have about a 5,000 square foot lot or a mini parcel, you can rent it out for 3,000. You'll get 60 cents a square foot for that one. It's saying it's pretty strong rent for dirt/yard space, but it could be possible just depending on your tenant and if there's the different access they could have for it. And then it keeps bringing a 20% discount. Would that be like if you have a long-term tenant, so they're not actually charging just monthly, they could actually keep the same rate over that amount of time? Is that what this 20%
What they would do is they would sign it would be a signed lease for 3 years. They would pay it all up front, and then we'd give them 20% back. And then they wouldn't have a lease payment for 3 years.
Okay.
Right. So, and that's because what they're able to do is they're able to go get a small business loan for 100 grand, and that'll take care of their rent for a year or for 3 years. They don't have a rent payment. Rent payments are a big part of overhead. When you can put that overhead back into the company, it compounds, right? So if you're able to keep 3,000 a month in your pocket and put that back into the company and it compound instead of go to a lease, whole different ballgame, right? So, and it really does make a difference. The other part is that we can add a 20 foot by 20 foot office or a 40 foot office for $800 or $1,500 a month extra.
So I have a question. I'm just asking because what you said was really cool about them going and getting a loan, right? Do they know that? Do people, is that general knowledge is what I'm asking you, I guess? Or do you have to school them on that?
Sometimes it's an educational moment where we're like, let me introduce you to a broker, and I let a broker do it. So let's see, I'm also in a position where I can take equity in companies too. So I might wrap up his entire thing into a $100,000 loan that I give him, and then he's just giving me equity instead of a loan, right? And then I'm getting a quarterly paycheck based on his compounding of the rent that I just kept for taking care for him.
But once again,
Right.
That's something that you would probably have to explain, right?
Absolutely. And again, this is where Deal Hunter, it comes in real handy. If you watch this, we'll play with it for a second. Go ahead and hit the speaker button. Let's add into this that we are going to put the option to have a 8 foot by 20 foot and an 8 foot by 40 foot office connex for $800 for the small one, $1,500 a month for the big one. It comes with electric, water, sewer extra monthly. And what I want to do now is I want to put together all these numbers and put together a term sheet that explains how they're going to get into this if they pay the $3,000 a month, or if they decide to do a long-term lease, how they can get a small business loan or a loan through a safe agreement that will allow them to pay upfront to get the discount and compound their income into their business. Also include in that scenario, that case study, how that looks, include in there the cost of a $800 office, 8 foot by 20 foot. Ready to go and send it. And so Ray, to answer your question, like I can sit there and verbally vomit because I've got all this knowledge and experience to say big fancy words all the way through. And GPT understands my hillbilly gibberish enough to put it together and come up with something really cool.
Right.
When
To
I
simplify
don't
it
know
to present. Is that what you're saying? To simplify it to present to somebody. Is that what you're saying?
Right,
Okay.
right. And I don't know what to say to it, I'll ask it to interview me. If nobody's using that feature of GPT, you're not actually learning with GPT. You're not allowing it to learn from you, right? So how do we learn as human beings? We interview people. We find curiosity about something, within them, and we ask people questions and we interview them to get to understand them, to get to know them, to see what they see, right? And in order for GPT to do that, Catherine will tell you, like, you have to have that conversation directly with it and say, interview me and come up with 20 questions to get a better understanding of my mind, because I don't know what to tell you. So we will play 20 questions, and then after it's done interviewing me, I'll tell it to translate what I think and said. And then when I read it, I'm like, oh my God, it's a gypsy. It read my mind. Right. So that's where the importance of building the relationship is, and allowing GPT to be curious, and then you being honest and as straight verbal vomit as you can. So let's see what you got, Blake. Roll back up to the top a little bit. What was that? So the term sheet here breaks down the concept, gives us a pretty good understanding of what all of it looks like. Yep, we're validating all the information there that we told it. Looks perfect. So tenant pricing option 1, standard yard lease is this. The options for the other stuff are there. Monthly comes out to that. 3-year lease discount factored in. We're not losing a lot of money by doing that, and it would help us because then we get all the money up front and be done. You got month-to-month style pricing right there. Looks great. Here's the 3-year lease pricing. Look, there's not much of a difference there. I like that. There's 20 grand difference maybe. So monthly savings for the tenant shows them right there. You can make marketing or advertising based just on that, Saray. You're like, come get in this deal right now with, if you put down whatever it was, put down $100,000, this place will be yours for 3 years. You pitch it like you're just pitching it straight out that way instead of, I don't know how much it was, but the idea is that you're pitching it. Oh, right there. It says your company saves $21,000 over the
Right.
3 years.
So you're
right?
pitching it as an upfront discount.
That's it. So, and then you're going to have people like, oh, I don't want to do that. How do I do it the cheap way? They think it's the cheap way. Okay, fine. Give me the 21,000. I'm happy. Upfront financing options for tenants, all that right there helps them understand how they can finance it, where to go to get that done. Keep rolling through. Gives them a good case study example showing the loan interest and then what their estimated monthly payment would be for that. Because again, like if they see that getting a loan and that monthly payment for the loan is less than what it would cost them to be there and pay me direct, it just makes sense. Right? Like if you go to the bank and get a loan and it's $3,500, or you stay there and do it month to month with me, it's $3,900. Which one makes sense? Right? So as we roll through this, people can see all that stuff, how to finance it and stuff like that. So they're getting an $86,000 loan. So, and at the highest percentage, even at the highest percentage, it's still cheaper to get the loan. Crazy. But down at the bottom, safe. If you guys don't know what a safe agreement is, that's your homework. Go look it up. So it's called a simple agreement for future equity. And this is, again, an angle for capital. An angle for capital is that in capital, you got the 5 C's. A contract is one of the capital C's, right? Blake, we got to play with this agent opus, because what we can do with a video is off the chain right now. So I'm thinking we got to have like the 5 C's of capital as superheroes, and we tell their story like a comic book hero shit, whatever, video game, whatever.
I'm picking up.
Are you picking up what I'm laying down?
Am.
And then they get attacked by that land shark. So, or they ride the land shark. How about that? The land shark's their superhero car.
I was gonna say, I'm like, the land shark isn't a bad guy.
He's not a bad guy, but he is like Telegram. It's a little creepy. Candygram.
Mail. Newspaper.
Water. Milkman. Anyway, so shows all the stuff here that we can do to get people enticed into it. Go down. Landlord income model, 4 yards. Scenario A, scenario B. So right there it shows like the incomes, 144, 115. And is that per yard? Or was that?
No, that's all the yards.
No.
Oh, right, here's per yard. And then.
So let's look at the over under. What's the totals? Go down. Let's see if it gives us some totals. So there's our 3-year discounted yard right there. What does that say? Per yard, 53 on the discount, right? And the DSCR is what the office is added. So here's our nets. Monthly gross 15. So DSCR is pretty high on that last one right there. Keep going down. Cash flow after debt. Okay, keep going. If we're making enough off of it per year, go ahead and just tell it to give us the annual net NOI. I'm trying to find it, but maybe I missed it. You tell it the annual NOI. There you go. Because the area right there, they're getting $3 grand for a little lot like that. Those landscapers can't keep that stuff in their yard. They don't want to drive all the way from Buckeye to Cave Creek to cut grass with a trailer and drive it on the highway and all that. So they have a yard out here. They'll get that yard. They live out in Buckeye or Goodyear or something like that. They drive out here every morning, 4 a.m., get in their trucks and go out and do the work. Pool guys, landscapers, construction guys, roofers. Excuse me. And it's big enough to put like even a big like shade structure on it, so we get fancy with them on it and just keep adding on to their monthly, and it increases our monthly income. So our monthly gross, $15K a month. The cash flow after debt. Those are the annuals right there. Annual NOI. Discounted yards all the way down. So we got the propensity of 63,000 to 144,000 cash flow after debt, giving us DSCR scores 3+ to 6+. That's yummy. So, because at that point, like right there, even if we're making 62,000 a year, our note is held at 350,000. I know Junior would definitely take 50K. At the end of the year, we could just literally pay 50K toward it, right? And that over to Junior. We keep 12,000. It's just $1,000 a month in somebody's pocket. But we'd pay down that principal pretty damn fast and exit that property really doing well. And when it's all done, you pretty much could find yourself with a $150,000 a month income per just owning a piece of property and paying taxes on it, or $150,000 a year and just paying taxes on it. So
Not bad at all.
renting dirt, Catherine Bell style. You paying attention?
Yes, I'm paying attention.
Awesome. What do you think?
I love this whole model of renting dirt like this. I think it's brilliant.
Well, you were over at that yard because it's right next to that place that had
Right. I recognize it.
the pink dumpster yard and stuff like that. So if we want to take this one up, it's worth it, and we could put a deal together on it through that Seven Streams Investor Club, I think, because again, what you could do is just figure out your holding costs on the thing and raise the capital for that, and that's all you need to do.
And then I also shared this chat, shared into the Zoom chat, just in case you want to open it up on your own side, so you have this information as well.
So
Got
that's
it. Okay. Thanks, Blake.
Thanks, Blake.
that's a deal we can get into. We could also, Blake, if you want, since you ran it, you can sponsor it. If you want to pull it into free estimates and set up a call, we'll run the deal on it and figure out how to properly stage each one of those lots for a laydown yard, 5,000 square foot apiece. They're already broke up on the map. If you go to Google, I'll actually show you on the Google that I think they're already separated on there. Most people don't know this, but if you take it off, they put in the address and make sure we land on it, and then we're going to go to layers down there. I'm going to show you a cool trick with layers a lot of people don't know about.
Then it's just, doesn't matter which, it's just Chola Street.
I think that's what it was. Yep, that's about it. So zoom into it a little bit, right about there, and go down to layers and just pick on that map right there. I think it is default. Click default map, and then scroll into it a little bit right there.
Oh, it shows all the lot numbers.
Yep. So slide back or close that up right there so you can see it, and then go to the point where you can see the road again. See that road right there? So there's technically 4 lots, he said. See that real skinny one right in the front? 1. And there's 2, 3, 4, right?
Got it. Okay.
And then you see that blank one right next to it that has no number in it, right underneath it. No, out to the south, right there.
This one, okay.
That is the road. That is the easement.
I see it.
Chola Street. See it? Chola Street comes through there and goes all the way through to here. So I can actually extend off of 16th Street up to the back of that red pin. I could do it to the front of the red pin, but I actually, because of the position of that property and how wonky it is, I've got to do a side cut up that left side of the property and across the top of it all the way back out to 16th Street and level all that out and make all that a little bit elevated but still flat enough for everybody to get into. And so it's pretty unstable ground right there. I'd have to get a breaker and go in there and just hammer some rock for a few weeks, but I could level out that entire slope and get it to the point where we pull vehicles in there and it's just a lay down yard. So, but I'll show you how to do that on free estimates because there's a layer in there. I think if you go over to layers again, it shows you measure.
Nah, it's unfortunately, I think that's just like a click. It'll just tell us how big it is.
There's one of them that does topography where you're able. I actually use the Maricopa County website for the assessor, because that one has a topography layer on it. So Google's
Terrain
good for
doesn't do that. Isn't that what terrain is?
There we go.
Usually
Maybe terrain will do it.
Terrain usually shows topography, but
I think I got to zoom out a little bit for it.
Oh, it shows like big mountains, not the little slope.
It just
And
shows.
you can see that it's on a mountain slope right there when you zoom out. Like that, it shows where that rock is. Because that's just it's actually a decomposing granite rock. And so it's called an alluvial. Alluvial side of that hill is the side that those lots are lined into. So I have to go in and cut that out, and using free estimates, we can figure out how to do that. Pretty easy.
Okay.
And then we could probably even create a survey too. So we just have to go out and shoot a level out there. Anyway, it's 10 o'clock. I've got a septic tank job I got to get down to and get taken care of. So I want to tell everybody thank you for allowing me to come in and show what the abilities of LandShark is. And Blake, I appreciate you running that property this morning. And hope everybody has a great day.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
See y'all tomorrow.
Thank you, everyone.